I think my job is to hire smart people, help them to blossom, help them to manage their careers, coach them. That right mix of providing engagement and coaching, but feedback too. I've been here about 7 years. Prior to that, I had worked primarily in the retail banking and consumer finance industry. I spent a number of years at Chase, a big block of time at Citigroup, as well as a mid-cap financial institution here in Connecticut where I live called Webster Financial. Half of my experience is in P&L, product management, product development, channel management, and what I would call marketing adjacent types of roles that led me to, or roles that were very heavily dependent on the marketing function. I was recruited to go to Webster to run their consumer finance business as a full-on P&L owner. Was asked by the chief operating officer of that company at the time to say, hey, you've done a good job kind of turning this around. You seem like you know quite a bit about marketing. Perhaps you could take over marketing. And that's how I got my very first crack, if you will, at being a chief marketing officer. I did that for about 5 years. Then in 2014, had the great fortune of coming here to Prudential, where I started in our group insurance unit as the SVP of strategy and the chief marketing officer for group. Networking and relationship building. The way to think about networking is thinking about what you have to offer in terms of whether it's skills, advice, contacts, perspectives, and being able to offer that to your group of professional contacts, and in turn hoping that they'll share that same thing with you. I'm told that my superpower is EQ, showing them where they fit in, and trying to provide that human element, which I think has been important during the last 12 to 14 months. I think as a manager, it's really important to be very in tune with all of that. Appeal to both the quantitative and qualitative, if you will, both the head and the heart, and show them how they fit in, how they contribute to purpose, and how they can develop themselves. Resilience, I think it's grit, and I think it's empathy. Resilience is such an important quality in a leader. I think that folks who have overcome, if you will, whether that's in their personal lives or professionally, they just exhibit something, that extra spark that, maybe if they get knocked down one day, they're gonna get back up the next. And because as we all know, business can be hard, right? And achieving these outcomes can be challenging, and leading others can be challenging. So I think being a resilient person is something, or evidence of that, as we go through, a selection process. I see a good correlation there usually with good talent when that happens. Grit, also this, subject of a book, a recent book, all of those things. I think super important in terms of that stick-to-itiveness. And then lastly, empathy. I think particularly both for each other, for leaders of people, for their teams, and then frankly for the customer. The famous MLK quotes, which is, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, just keep moving forward.